YouTube, what up? We got our fifth play of the week. We are riding with the Dallas Cowboys. Moneyline, I got it at minus 105. Hosting the Baltimore Ravens. The whole world seems to be on the Ravens in this matchup. And I think a lot of that is, I was very surprised with this line. I know I say this in almost every video, but that's kind of why we bet these games. We bet the games that we do find the line to be surprising and we see value in. And I think there's just so much marketing involved, and people just have been tricked into thinking that the Ravens are a better team than the Cowboys, so much so that they are the favorite on the road in Dallas. Like, the fact that they're the favorite in Dallas is just insane to me. We'll talk about that marketing here. I think a little bit of that is, or a lot of it, I should say, is Lamar Jackson. He's flashy. Two-time MVP. I don't think he was deserving of it last year, not even close. But this is a whole marketing. This whole NFL is a joke. He gets it last year, so now he's looked at as a quarterback up here. He's a solid quarterback, not as a passer, but as a runner. He's simply efficient as a runner, and that's where his value comes in. But as a passer, I am not impressed at all. And I think as an overall grade, I think his grade. That the way the market grades him is overrated. I don't think he's as good as people think. Not doubting his talent and his ability on the feet, but you have to include the passing. And you look at it as a whole, it makes him somewhat limited. So I'm not as high on Lamar Jackson as the rest of the world. And then you look also, last year, so many of their wins were because of their defense. Their defense was so good last year. And their DC that ran in that defense and schemed that defense and had a big part in that is now in Seattle. He's no longer with Baltimore. So I'm not expecting that same efficiency this year as they had last year. So I'm expecting a drop off there. Then Lamar's going to get exposed probably because he already kind of is. I mean, they're not winning the same amount of games. I mean, I know it's early in the season, but last year, he was just getting all this credit for the wins that his team was getting for him, not necessarily that he was doing all the work. So this year, I think if the defense takes a step down, they lose more games. And then over the course of the year, the Ravens aren't valued how they are now because people are still perceiving Lamar Jackson as this guy. I think we're going to see if the defense doesn't play at A+ every single week, and Lamar Jackson has to be the guy to win them the games and has to play from behind sometimes. I think you're going to see the Ravens struggle. I'm not saying they're going to be a bad team, but I just think against the elite teams in the league, elite quarterbacks, I think you're going to see him, not win as many of those close games as we're used to seeing. Now, this takes probably a little too hot for most of you guys, and this is the main reason why I like it's equally as main reason. I do like the fact that people are perceiving Lamar high and we aren't, but I'm big on Dak Prescott. I get it. He's bad in the playoffs. I am not arguing with you there. This is the guy that in the regular season has a real case for being the best regular season quarterback, and then just falls off a cliff during the playoffs. But good news for us, guys. This game is in the regular season. So we could all take a breath and just look at this as a regular season Week 3 matchup in Dallas. And Dallas hasn't lost a game until last week. They won 14 in a row before that. So to say, this team won 14 in a row at home, they lost 1 week, we're selling our stock on Dallas, Ravens are going to beat them at home. I think that's a little bit of a overreaction. The Ravens lost to the Raiders. The Raiders are fucking shitty. Let's get that clear. The Raiders are a shitty team. They have a shitty quarterback, and I like the Raiders. I like rooting for the Raiders, but I'm just being honest. They have a shitty quarterback, shitty team. They always have issues. The Cowboys lost to the Saints. The Saints look really, really good. The Saints, I'm considering a legit team now. They are legit. They're a top 10 team. You could debate top 5. I put them probably between 5 and 10, just top of head. But yeah, that's the difference, I think, in last week's losses. Both these teams are coming off losses. Yeah, this is, I know the Ravens are 0-2, so they're going to be desperate, to get a win. But who is it? The Cowboys lost last week too. They're going to be just as desperate, especially because they lost at home. They don't want to lose 2 home games in a row. They're going to be ready to fight. Dak Prescott, I'm a believer. I know this is a hot take. Going into this season, I know you guys are going to kill me for this if anyone even watches this video. I had Dak Prescott as my second highest rated quarterback coming into the year. I know you guys are going to be like, oh, this guy's an idiot. Click off the video, whatever. Bro, just look at the stats the past few years. Dak Prescott, again, during the regular season, it's hard to find anybody better than him, okay? I still give Patrick Mahomes the nod overall. Pat's the guy, you know, they get all the calls. Andy Reid schemes it up really nice. It all works well together. But aside from him, Dak Prescott's really good. And ever since, you know, Mike McCarthy took over, Dak Prescott has been even better. He's one of the few quarterbacks who actually, you know, takes his drop back and just throws it. Instead of, you know, one read's not there, I'm going to scramble. No, he actually makes reads and makes decisions. And yeah, he doesn't make great decisions during the playoffs, but regular season Dak, I have a lot of respect for. I know I'm going to be in the minority with that opinion, but is what it is. Cowboys bounce back this week. Moneyline minus 105. A unit is 1% of your bankroll. It's a value play. As always, not financial advice. You do not have to bet my picks. You can just chill on the sidelines and watch how they play out. What am I forgetting, boys? Any other disclaimers here? I think that's it. I will see you in the next one. That's it. Peace.